Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to step into a literary landscape unlike anything you've likely encountered. A world of stark minimalism, profound introspection, and haunting ambiguity. We're talking about Jacqueline Harpman's I Who Have Never Known Men. This isn't your typical post-apocalyptic thriller. It's a quiet, philosophical punch to the gut that will stay with you long after the final page. Originally published in French in 1995, this slim but immensely powerful novel, beautifully translated by Roz Schwartz, has seen a resurgence in recent years, proving its timeless relevance. It's a story about a group of women trapped in an underground bunker, with no memory of how they got there, no knowledge of their captors, and no hope of escape. It explores what it means to be human when stripped of nearly everything: freedom, history, and even gender. We're going to delve into the haunting premise, the unique perspective of our unnamed narrator, the philosophical questions it raises about memory, identity, and gender, and why this book resonates so deeply in our modern world. But before we descend into the depths of this unforgettable story, please take a moment to hit that like button if you appreciate thought-provoking, existential fiction. Drop a comment below and tell me, if you woke up in a room with no memory, what would be the first question you'd ask? And, as always, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our weekly deep dives into fascinating, often overlooked, literary gems. I Who Have Never Known Men introduces us immediately to its unsettling, stark premise. Our unnamed narrator, a young woman, has known nothing but the cage. She is one of 40 women, ranging in age from children to the elderly, held captive in a vast, cold, underground bunker. There are no bars, but the walls are impenetrable, and the ceiling, high above, is a dull, metallic expanse. Their existence is meticulously controlled. They are fed 3 identical, bland meals a day. They are given uniforms that are all the same, functional, and devoid of individuality. They have access to rudimentary hygiene facilities. They are under constant, silent surveillance from the guards, shadowy, indistinct figures who appear to be male. These guards never speak, never make eye contact, and offer no explanation for their captivity. This isn't a prison with a purpose they can understand. There are no interrogations, no demands, no punishments beyond the imprisonment itself. The very nature of their captivity is an enigma. They have no memory of the before, no knowledge of the outside world, and no understanding of why they are being held. This absolute lack of information is perhaps the most terrifying aspect of their existence, cultivating a profound sense of existential dread. The 40 women represent a full spectrum of age and personality. The older women cling to fragments of memory, stories, or roles they vaguely remember from their former lives. They try to impose some semblance of order, create rules, and maintain dignity. The younger women, like the narrator, have known nothing else. They accept their reality with a terrifying, almost innocent resignation. They have no concept of freedom, of blue skies, or of anything beyond the confines of their metallic prison. The central tension in this section comes from their ignorance. They don't know if the world outside still exists, if they are the last humans, or if their imprisonment serves some grand, horrifying experiment. Their lives are reduced to the most basic functions, and their only certainty is the presence of the silent guards and the impenetrable walls. Our narrator is truly one of the most remarkable characters in dystopian literature. She is young, observant, and possesses an extraordinary detachment. Having been born into or taken to the cage at such a young age, she has no personal memories of a life outside. This makes her perspective incredibly fresh, unburdened by nostalgia or preconceived notions. She sees the world of the cage with a stark clarity that is both insightful and profoundly alien. She experiences emotions, but without the cultural context we use to define them. Her interactions with the other women are her only education. She learns about desire, fear, hope, and despair through their reactions, not from any internal reference point. This unique perspective allows Harpman to explore fundamental human concepts: love, beauty, gender, purpose, from a truly neutral, almost scientific standpoint. As she grows, she develops a profound capacity for abstract thought. She becomes the group's philosopher, not by choice, but by necessity. She ponders the very nature of existence. Why are we here? What is consciousness? What is the purpose of memory if there is no future? Her voice is quiet, almost clinical, but beneath it lies a deep, unsettling search for meaning in a meaningless existence. She is a tabula rasa observing the human condition. Years pass, and the women continue their unchanging routine. Then, one day, the unimaginable happens. The door to the cage is left open. It's a shocking, baffling event. Is it an accident? A test? A deliberate release? The women are terrified and hesitant, but their desperate hope for freedom eventually overrides their fear. They escape into a world that is utterly alien to them. The surface world is desolate, seemingly empty of other humans, and dramatically different from their metallic prison. The sky, the stars, the wind, the sun, these are all brand new, overwhelming sensations for the narrator. This section beautifully captures the feeling of rebirth into a barren landscape. Life on the outside becomes a perpetual walk. The women, now free but still utterly lost, begin to traverse the desolate landscape, searching for answers, for other humans, or for some sign of civilization. They live off the land, learning to hunt and forage, a stark contrast to their artificially sustained existence in the cage. However, the freedom is bittersweet. They are still without answers. Their journey is directionless, a desperate meandering across an empty planet. They find remnants of a past civilization, abandoned roads, crumbling structures, but no living beings, no explanations. The universe remains silent. They find no signs of the men who imprisoned them, nor any other people. Their journey of freedom becomes another form of imprisonment, a vast, lonely, and ultimately futile search. The existential questions they carried in the cage only intensify on the surface. A central theme is the role of memory in shaping identity. The older women cling to their fragmented memories, defining themselves by the past that the younger women, including the narrator, cannot comprehend. The narrator, lacking personal memory, instead forms her identity through observation and philosophical inquiry. She grapples with the concept of a self when there's no history, no external mirror, and no societal construct to define it. This novel is a powerful exploration of existential absurdity. The women are imprisoned without explanation, freed without reason, and wander a world without purpose. There is no grand plan, no benevolent or malevolent deity, just a silent, indifferent universe. Their suffering and their freedom seem equally meaningless in the grand scheme. The narrator's detached observations highlight this absurdity, making her search for meaning all the more poignant. The title itself, I Who Have Never Known Men, is a direct challenge to traditional gender roles and power dynamics. The women's captors are consistently referred to as the guards, but the narrator's phrase implicitly highlights the absence of men in their known world. The men are the unseen, the powerful, the violent, the ones who control their destiny. This sets up a profound commentary on male-dominated societies and the historical subjugation of women. Without men, the women form their own society, grappling with questions of reproduction, purpose, and even sexuality, which the narrator observes but does not truly understand. The novel forces us to consider what a world without men might look like, or what it means to live in a world where men are only known as silent, powerful oppressors. Harpman uses this extreme premise to dissect power structures and gender roles. I Who Have Never Known Men is not a book for those seeking easy answers or thrilling action. It's a profound, meditative, and often devastating exploration of what it means to be human at the absolute edge of existence. Jacqueline Harpman, with her sparse prose and unflinching honesty, forces us to confront our own assumptions about memory, freedom, and the societal constructs that define us. It's a quiet book, but its impact is thunderous. The novel's enduring power lies in its ambiguity. We never get clear answers about the apocalypse, the captors, or the ultimate fate of humanity. Instead, we are left with the chilling, beautiful, and deeply human journey of a narrator who, despite never knowing men, comes to understand the profound complexities of what it means to be a woman, a survivor, and ultimately, a being searching for meaning in an indifferent universe. If this summary sparked your curiosity, I urge you to pick up I Who Have Never Known Men. It's a book that will make you think, question, and feel deeply. Hit that like button if this discussion on existential themes resonated with you. Comment below and share your own interpretations of the ending or the central mystery of the guards. What do you think happened to the world? And if you want more deep dives into unique and challenging literature, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. We explore powerful stories every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis.